Back here on ESPN Bet Live, talking some NFL. The Vikings, they got a win total of 6.5 this season. Their lowest since 2012. Minnesota has won at least 7 games in each of their last 10 seasons, including a 7-10 record last year. The Falcons, their win total 9.5, highest since 2018. They've won 7 games or fewer in 6 straight campaigns, with expectations much higher with a new coach and quarterback in Kirk Cousins. And the Jets, they also have some high expectations with the return of Aaron Rodgers. Their win total is 9.5. The Jets have gone under that mark in 8 straight seasons and 12 of their last 13. There's some trends if you're interested in that. How about some other notable win totals? The Chiefs, the highest on the board, 11.5, but they've won 12 or more in 5 of the last 6. Rams win total 8.5. They've gone over that number in 6 of Sean McVay's first 7 years at the helm. And the Steelers also have a win total of 8.5, despite never posting a losing season in 17 years under Mike Tomlin. So, Aaron, what that means for us is a little game of trend or trap.
It's been a minute since we played this.
And we need to bring it back for the people. Now, again, you were so progressive yesterday. I'm going to be progressive today. Ladies first. You want to talk about the Chiefs, who have won 12 or more in 5 of their last 6?
Yes, they have. I'm going to go that it is a trend. I'd go over 11.5 wins. The lone time they didn't do that was last season when they had 11 wins. And some of those losses were a little bit wonky. We're like, what's going on with them? Then they, Kelsey starts dating Taylor Swift. They suddenly get good. They go on to win the Super Bowl in Vegas. Bada bing, bada boom. But nonetheless, I mean, being able to retain Chris Jones is obviously huge. I don't think the offense is going to take a step back because, for starters, I mean, the AFC West as a whole hasn't been, or I should say, in recent years, we thought they were going to be really, really competitive. Turns out some of these teams weren't, and now they're in a very, I wouldn't say the easiest division, but it's definitely not the toughest. Obviously, playing the AFC North is going to be competitive, but the NFC South, not too worried about that. I think they're going to be A-OK. And out of all the teams that have a win total of 11.5, including the Ravens as well as the 49ers, I'm most confident in the Chiefs going over 11.5 wins. It kind of feels like a sellout pick just because the Chiefs, but at the same time, I'm not betting under on that.
I agree with you, and I like how Andy Reid's about to eat that trend right there that we made.
I mean, you manually can do whatever you want with it, so.
All right, I also want to get in on this. Okay. The Dallas Cowboys, their win total is 10.5. One lower than the Chiefs. They have won 11 or more, I should say, in 3 straight seasons. I, however, think going over 10.5 is a trap. I think this is the year where they come back to earth a little bit. The NFC East in particular, I think the Eagles got better on paper. I think the Commanders got better on paper. I think the Giants maybe got better on paper. I don't think they got better on paper. They lost a lot of talent from this team, and I haven't really seen that front office do much to reinvigorate the roster. Plus, they play a first-place schedule. Look at some of these games that they have against the Ravens, against the Lions. These are teams from a year ago that were in the playoffs. The Bengals as well should be a much better squad. So, to me, it is a trap thinking this trend continues. They don't win 11 or more games in 2024, Aaron.
I would love to comment, but I'm a little biased, so I'm hoping they go under.
Well,
let's get it.
That would be my advice to you. Oh, that's my team up here.
I know. I stole it away from you. I figured you were going to talk about this. I'm actually interested to see what you think about this, but I'm going to go over 8.5 wins. It's a little bit low. Now, of course, with Sean McVay, in 6 of his 7 seasons that he's been head coach, they have been able to hit over their win total. The lone time they didn't was 2022, in which everybody and their mother was injured on that team. But because he's the head coach, knowing that this team doesn't have a terribly competitive schedule, there's no reason for me to think they can't get over 8.5 wins. They had 10 wins last year, and that was with, by the way, a very, very young team. Yep. This offense can get going. Of course, losing Aaron Donald is tough, but they did some things in the draft, so I think they can figure that out. And then in terms of their division, I mean, yes, the 49ers are tough, but the Cardinals are still building. The Seahawks have a new head coach. There's no reason for me to think that the Rams will not go over 8.5 wins.
I think it's some of the greatest work you've done here on ESPN Bet Live. I have absolutely nothing to add to that. Absolutely brilliant. Here's another one that I think is brilliant. We know the Steelers, with Mike Tomlin, never under 500, at least 9 wins. Their win total this year is 8.5, so of course you know that is a trend I am buying with Mike Tomlin. I don't care, Aaron, if it's Russell Wilson or Justin Fields at quarterback. I don't care that they play in a really hard division. They've always been in a hard division. They've always had bad quarterback play. And all this guy does is continue to produce 9, 10-win teams. So that's the only analysis needed.
I cannot negate that, obviously, with Mike Tomlin. But, like, when I see this, I'm just like, how do you not...
How's he looking purple and yellow, by the way? Or purple, yellow and black.
I was going to say, we have some more questions after this segment ends, but it is gold and black.
purple.
Anyways, nonetheless, what we're getting back to is I can't agree with you on this one.
All right, that's fine. Again, I don't care if it's
Only
Russell
because,
or Justin.
yeah, it's tough.
All right, well,
Russ or
you did some great work with the Rams. I hope you appreciated my work with the Dallas Cowboys.
Figure out
That's
your
Trend or
colors.
Trap, looking at
You gotta
win
work on your
totals for
colors.
2024. It's black.